Welcome to What's Hot on the Streets. I mean, you know the vibes. The start of the season, we're heading into round number 3 of the Betway Premiership. There's so much to talk about this past weekend. Hey, first leg of the MTN 8 semi-finals. Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, 1-1 draw. And Stellies do so well at the Donny Craven Stadium, almost booking their spot in the next round of the competition. But my boy, we have to start here. Orlando Pirates, Sundowns. Everyone was anticipating that game. We were ready for that game. And it was almost a thing of the head coach, Owadu, was under massive pressure heading into this one. I want to start the conversation here. Sundowns. Sundowns are a team that are often feared. We remember the days of Rolani. That's a strong team. Teams shake, you know. We spoke about it last week. We said that it's almost as though Orlando Pirates were saving their best players to take on Sundowns. Are Sundowns still the team that are feared in South African football?
Okay. First off, I don't think so. I don't think it's a team that should be feared in South African football. Yes, they are going to win the league. They have fairly good players. But given their coach, I don't think they're a team that we should fear. Clearly, Miguel Cardoso doesn't understand the style of play of Sundowns and South African football generally. I said this when he took over last season, that Sharp, he's going to win the league because he had inherited a solid, strong team. But let's see how he does when he needs to rebuild the team. He hasn't made much changes. He's still playing with Rulani's team, still winning with Rulani's players. So he hasn't, for me personally, he hasn't added anything to the team. This weekend, they played against Orlando Pirates. And I'm proud to say right now that I don't think Orlando Pirates are afraid of them anymore. Mamelodi Sundowns went to that game playing against Orlando Pirates. Miguel Cardoso wanted a draw. He was playing an offside trap. Who does that at professional level?
I was surprised, eh? Offside trap.
Betway Premiership, you still want to play an offside trap. We don't have VAR, right? And did you see how Orlando Pirates scored? It's because of that offside trap. They thought Kamgeles Belebele was going to be offside again. Can't you know? This time he's onside, right? So I just think this guy doesn't understand Mamelodi Sundowns. And I honestly have no respect for him as a coach. I don't respect the kind of coach that inherits a good team sharp. Don't fix it if it's not broken. But let's see what changes you can make. Let's see what you, let's just see how you grow the players, how you change their style of play. Look at how, ever since he took over, look at the number of times that Mamelodi Sundowns has played against Orlando Pirates, and look at what's happened. He's only beaten Orlando Pirates once. And it's looking likely that Orlando Pirates could beat him the second time now. Last season, when these teams played against each other, Orlando Pirates came out victorious and they won 2-1. Yeah. They played this week. It was 1-1. Right? They're going to play again on Saturday. I think it's looking likely. A lot of people have their money on Orlando Pirates because this guy is clearly afraid of Orlando Pirates. Without Ribeiro, without Kuriso Mudau, I don't think he's going to win.
Let's put a little bit of pressure on you, right? We know the standard at Sundowns. The standard is the league is a given. We don't even worry about the league at Sundowns, right? Can Cardoso win the CAF Champions League this season? Because to me, when I watch these matches, especially in the PSL, I'm trying to decipher, is this the guy? Because remember, Rolani was fired because of that one specific trophy.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Get out of here, bro.
Cardoso's not winning the CAF Champions League.
He's not going to win the CAF Champions League. He'll never win it. Maybe with a different team, but not with Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, not with how he uses his players, not with how he plays the players. He has good players. I don't even see them making it past the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League this season. They're not looking sharp. They're not looking strong. They're predictable. They went and played the Club World Cup, and I think that's where every other team in the African continent and the Betway Premiership started them and so that, okay, cool, this is where they're lacking. You close so-and-so, they can't play.
Yeah.
Right? You destroy their midfield, they're done. Tebucho Mokoena is the only player that can, push up, and he's a box-to-box kind of player, and he's the one guy that works his ass off. So you close him down, you have Allende, who's he going to pass? He's going to keep going back. You understand me? So I don't think they're going to make it any far in the Betway in the CAF Champions League this season. I don't even see them making it past the quarterfinals. I don't even see Pirates also making it past I don't see Orlando Pirates going past the group stages also. I don't see them going past the group stages, no.
Why are you saying that Pirates will not make it through to the quarterfinals? Is it because of the coach and the way they play?
Both Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns have good players.
Sure.
But good players and a bad coach don't mix. Good players need a good coach.
Sure.
They don't need a bad coach.
Especially
and this
at
is
that
not
level.
to say that these guys don't know how to coach, but I said last week that I question Owadu's tactical decision making. And I question his tactical decision making still. And I also question Miguel Cardoso's tactical decision making. Right? He didn't have to play Jaden Adams in that game. He didn't need him.
Yeah.
He had youngsters who could have played that position and played well, but he used them against Pirates. So for me, he can't read the game, and a coach that can't read the game doesn't win matches. Unfortunately, it's a fact. It's been proven, right? Coach Nabi can't read the game. He doesn't win games, right? He wins obvious games, and Mamelodi Sundowns are also going to win obvious games. He still beat a Richards Bay 4-1, but come play against an opposition that has good players that know how to play. You're going to go for a draw, you're going to lose.
I hear you.
So I don't think both coaches understand the quality that they have. They don't know how to use the quality that they have. Like I said last week, Owadu's never coached a team this big, and he's never had to work with a squad that big. He's proving to us. Now the technical team have to come back, sit down with him, and choose a lineup for him.
So let's touch on the lineup that we saw this past weekend, right? You just made a bold statement that the technical team came and presented a squad to him. Sebelebele, what a player, what a guy, what a change maker. And my question to you is, we saw his performance this past weekend, right? Before we go to the left wing, let's start on the right. Has Sebelebele secured the right wing position at Orlando Pirates given his performance this weekend?
Without Monapule Saleng, without Mohaunkwata, I don't see anyone that can play that position better than him. Because without those two players, then Orlando Pirates doesn't have a right wing. Moremi still, he has a lot to work on. Right?
He had a chance, but didn't do well.
Yes, and I think he still has to work on his confidence. He still has to work on his match, his mental strength when playing the game. Making the right runs, making the right choices, having the ball, knowing when to whip it in, when to take on players and when to shoot. Unfortunately, right now, he's proven to us that he's not ready to be that guy. So Sebelebele, he knows how to take runs, knows how to control the ball. He's skillful. He shoots.
Yep.
When Mohaunkwata left, my biggest concern for Orlando Pirates was that whoever takes on that right wing position needs to know how to shoot. Because what Mohaunkwata knows how to do best is shoot. And he takes shots outside the box. But Sebelebele, he uses his right foot. And because he uses his right foot, what you would expect of him is to run, get to the corner, lay it back in. But no, he cuts in still, using his right. And he goes for goal, which makes him a different player. I like the fact that second half, they moved him to right back and he was still able to penetrate, even though he was playing as a right back because of his pace. So he can run up front and actually cover back with pace. So for me, he owns that position. I don't think there's anyone that can play it better than him right now. Oswin Appollis and Mofokeng just need to fight for, whoever starts, whoever comes on as a sub on that side, because they both failed on the right. You know what I mean? They both failed on the right. But I think Kamkhele Sebelebele right now, he owns it and he deserves it.
Let's move on to the left wing. And you see, this one is a touchy subject for a lot of South Africans because we love our South African players and we get very emotional when it comes to them.
Yeah.
Rele Mofokeng versus Oswin Appollis. Looking at that left wing position at Orlando Pirates, who should start? Because I can give you my analysis.
Yeah.
When Oswin came on Saturday, he changed the game. So given Mofokeng's current form, besides the fact that we really like him, Oswin should start on the left, Rele must start on the bench. What do you think?
It's going to be difficult to just start Oswin Appollis just like that.
Sure.
It's going to kill Rele. It's gonna kill him, and obviously as a country,
but he's not performing.
But okay, let me cook, right?
Cook.
So, as a country, we all love Rele, and we believe in him as a young player, and we believe that he's, the face of the league. We believe that should he go overseas, he's gonna play well.
Sure.
It wouldn't be fair, given all that he's done for Orlando Pirates and all that he's achieved, to judge him cut 3 games.
Okay.
It wouldn't be fair to say that Rele in the first opening 3 games, this is how you played, right? So, personally, I would continue to start Rele.
Okay.
Bring Oswin as a sub. Give it 5 games consecutively, Oswin coming on as a sub. Let Rele start and say that, look, Rele, we want to be fair on you. You could have went overseas. You could have probably joined him Hankota, but we chose to keep you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is me trying to sound like Orlando Pirates' technical director, right?
We hear you.
But we decided, no, let's keep you for 1 more season.
Yeah.
We feel like there's still a lot that you can offer the Betway Premiership.
Sure.
Just because you're a favorite and what you've done for Orlando Pirates and the amount of times that you've contributed to us winning trophies and winning games, you've won us important games. So we can't take all of that and just put it aside and say, no, bench and start Oswin Appollis. Sure. It's not fair on Rele. right? I still say first 45, I start with Rele. Second 45, I introduce Appollis.
Sure.
Which then means that I say that I'm winning my games in the second half, not the first half.
So you're saying that Oswin is better than Rele? So you're admitting there. Because I'm listening to what you say, because you're saying that it's almost as though because we love Rele and he served the club so well in the last 2 seasons, just out of respect, NJ, we're going to allow him to start.
Yeah.
Even though Siabon know that this guy is not performing. But then we win the game in the second half with Oswin. Is that what you say?
So what I'm saying here is,
I'm just challenging you because you made the statement.
No. Obviously, it's a nice challenge.
Sure.
And let me cook it for you properly. So we have Rele, right?
Sure.
Who's skillful, who knows how to hold the ball, and who can be casual. We have Oswin, who is a match winner, knows how to take the right runs at the right time,
Sure.
knows how to distribute the ball better than Rele, knows how to read the game better than Rele because he knows how to supply from right to left, and he knows how to cut in and score. There's a reason why Oswin would start ahead of Rele in the national team. There's a reason.
That says it all.
Oswin ticks all the boxes. What Rele has that Oswin doesn't have is skill. And sometimes you don't always need skill.
Facts.
Right? We had wings like an Iron Robin who wasn't really skillful. He just took on players, went for goals, created goals, and look at what he's achieved. Oswin Appollis for me would survive playing abroad ahead of Rele. If I was in Europe now and I had to choose between the two, I would go for Oswin Appollis.
Sure.
For me, he ticks all the boxes as a wing. He ticks all the boxes as an attacker.
Yeah.
He ticks all the boxes as a player. Just how he plays.
Yeah.
You know, he's a direct player. Yes. Relay, and he can finish players and take them on. But Oswin Appollis can do the same. Asna skill. He can just cut in, boom, we have a goal.
Let's go deeper on this Rele and
Versus Oswin.
So to me, when we ended the season last season, we spoke about the possibility of Rele going overseas. He had 2 phenomenal seasons in the PSL. So now we were like, okay, he's leaving. It's bound to happen, yes or no. Then Nkota leaves. He goes to Saudi.
Yeah.
Sure. Given what we've now seen, right? 3 matches in, did Rele miss an opportunity to go overseas? Because given his current form, it's almost as though he's dropping a little bit. We know that when you go overseas, age is a factor.
Yeah.
Was
you
that-
can't afford to drop.
Yeah, and you can't afford to drop.
Yeah.
Was that an opportunity missed for Rele Mofokeng to go overseas? Because my concern now is, you said it yourself, that Oswin is a more complete player, especially for an international market.
Yeah.
Because even though in South Africa we like this fancy football, in Europe it's about scoring goals and distributing the ball. And that's what Oswin has.
Ahead of Rele.
Sure.
So, what's more important? In the game of football is there are players. Can I just use Brazilians as an example?
Sure.
There's a reason why Neymar survived playing in other parts of the world, like Europe, and also, it's simply because Neymar is a versatile player. And then there are players who suit only the Brazilian way of playing. You can just play in Brazil.
Sure.
You come back home. I like to compare us a lot with Brazil because there are many similarities in terms of how we play and how we approach the game, right? And tactically, we tend to make the same decisions. Rele Mofokeng is a good player locally. Personally, he's not the kind of player that would go flourish in Italy. He's not the kind of player that would go flourish anywhere in Europe.
Sure.
He's a good player locally. Where domestic football is concerned, he ticks all the boxes. Okay. But where international football is concerned, Oswin Appollis ticks all the boxes. Moha Nkota ticks all the boxes. We saw what Moha Nkota did. Even, bro, when playing in the CAF, we saw how he played.
Yeah.
Right? But we'd also see how Rele plays in the CAF versus how he plays in the Betway Premiership. And also in the Betway Premiership, it's different how he plays in the Nedbank Cup versus a team that plays in the APC Mutsipe League versus a team in the PSL. The reason Lucas Ribeiro won Player of the Season ahead of him is because Lucas Ribeiro was more consistent than him.
Fact.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Fact.
So now, I don't know if I've answered your question.
No, I hear what you're saying, but to me, the conclusion to all of this is there's a reason why he didn't go overseas.
There's a reason
He's now
why.
showing us why. It's because he's not good enough for that market.
No, I don't think he's good enough for that market.
And Oswin outshining him, in my opinion, is again testament to the fact that Rele must just stay at home.
He just has to stay at home.
So
I said, bro, let him stay at home.
Rele must stay at home.
Yeah, he must enjoy his football at home. I don't see him surviving overseas because you know what the challenge is. There's no time to be inconsistent overseas.
No.
There's no time to be
They will
inconsistent.
get rid of you real quick.
Real quick. The fact that he has to go abroad and fight for his position, that alone just says that, my boy, you're a good player. Please stay at home.
But he must be careful.
If you stay at home, you know what could happen. You could be remembered as a legend. If you go abroad, like I said last time, we're going to forget about him.
But he must be careful, my boy. Because Oswin is playing a lot better than him. But let's give him a fair chance, right? Talking about players that should possibly go overseas. Bro, we have to talk about Mbogazi.
Yeah.
Like, we have to talk about the skipper who, I mean, this guy's like 19, right?
Yeah.
Like,
apparently.
Like, this, well, hey, what do you mean apparently? Now, slow down,
saying.
bro. I mean, I'm going to what I know, right? Mbogazi is a phenomenal player. He's already the captain at Orlando Pirates. He's playing with maturity. And you would think that this guy's like 25 or 26, 27, right?
That's how mature he is,
and just the way in which he plays his position, the way in which he makes runs, the way in which he distributes the ball, I would say most of the goals that Pirates has scored in the last 3 games, he's been involved.
Facts.
At some point or another.
At some point, yeah.
My question to you is, so when do we let go of Mbogazi? Because this guy deserves to play overseas. At the end of this season, at the end of next season, because to me, yes, Rele was a question mark, but Mbogazi has all the qualities to go abroad.
First off, can I just give the boy, commend him for his confidence?
Sure.
For coming in at 19 and being the leader that the team needs.
Fact.
At 19, coming in and being the leader that the team needs. He ticks every box, right? He proved this weekend that, look, I'm also good on the ball.
Yes,
Did you see how, bro, like how he defended Arthur Salles? At some point, there was a point where him and Arthur Salles were going for the ball and it was a 50-50 situation.
Yep.
Arthur Salles fell there. It was like, it was like taking candy from a kid.
Move out my way.
And he also created the goal that Sibelebele scored. So he knows how to read the game. He knows how to cover space. He knows how to intercept. He knows how to tackle. He knows how to win the ball aerially as well. As much as, yes, we're not that strong. Let me not say we. As much as, yes, Orlando Pirates is not that strong where set pieces are concerned.
Sure.
I mean, anyone can score from a set piece, let's be honest. But this does mean that the coaches and everyone that are involved just need to sit down and actually have a conversation about the defense of set pieces. But Mbogazi, for me personally, my man of the match, given how he played everything that he did that day. Even when Rele lost the ball, he's the one that tackled Ikram Reyners, and then the ball went out for a corner, and that's how they scored. So he was there also to clean up Rele's mess. You know, if offensively we're not strong, he's there. He raises his hand and says, look, let me do something offensively. If we're not strong defensively, he's there. He says, yo, let me do something defensively. You ask me, does it deserve to be captain? Hell yeah. I said it last time, and I'm going to say it again. He reminds me of a young OJ Mabizela. You know, when I see him, I see a player that can play abroad. I see a player that can survive abroad. I see a player that can go abroad and prove to any team that signs him that, yo, I'm here. I see a player that deserves to be in Bafana Bafana.
Fact.
And I'm happy he's playing this well at a time where we have a coach in Bafana Bafana that believes in young talent, Hugo Bruce. Hugo Bruce believes in young talent. And he's proven to us that he doesn't care what team you play for. If you're a good player, he'll call you. He called Oswin Appollis when he used to play for Polokwane City.
Yes, sir.
Right? We've seen both Jaden Adams came from Stellenbosch United or FC. There was a time in Bafana Bafana where it was international players or Chiefs or Pirates. If you don't play for either Chiefs or Pirates, you don't go to Bafana Bafana. But Hugo Bruce came and changed that mold, and look at what he's doing now. So Mbegezeli Mbogazi is everything a player should have. He's everything a centre-back should have. He owns that position. I don't think anyone's going to take that position away from him anytime soon. The only thing that could let him down, God forbid, is an injury.
Yeah. And we don't want that. We don't want that.
But yeah, otherwise he's a very good player. And I don't understand this thing of people saying that, yeah, how can a 19-year-old come and be the captain? Why is it that 19-year-olds can wear a crown and lead the throne? If it's yours, it's yours. Leaders are born, unfortunately. For me, when I see him, I see a natural born leader. For the fact that he's doing all of these things at 19. And imagine, when was the last time we saw a centre-back being the standout player on the pitch?
Yeah, imagine.
It's been years.
Exactly.
It's been years, but he's so exciting to watch. Each time Orlando Pirates plays, you're like, what's he going to do now? You know? And yes, and he also has a strong foot. I like the fact that he also knows how to score goals.
Yes.
So I say, credit to Mbogazi and everything that he's achieved onwards and upwards for the boy. And I just wish that he can just keep the form and just grow and grow and grow and grow. Because we've seen players come in and then there's a dip in form. So I
And
hope he
go
maintains it.
overseas. Like
When the time is right.
Like,
when the time is
like
right.
for
yeah.
me, that's the big thing for Mbogazi as well. And so often we see players actually being burdened by that armband. You know, once you become captain, you feel the sense of responsibility. You feel like you want to carry the team on your own. But the way that he's doing it is absolutely brilliant. Focusing on the matches that lie ahead for Orlando Pirates, they're taking on Stallies this week in the Betway Premiership. Stallies, of course, over the weekend, they were able to beat Skukuna United in their semi-final of the MTN 8. What do you think is going to happen there? Because we know that Steve Barker is not going to make things easy for Amapagania.
He never has he? Like, he never has. Stellenbosch is one of the few teams that give Orlando Pirates a hard time whenever they play, especially in the league.
Yeah.
Devin Titus has also proven to us that, look, I can be the star player, I can be the main man, and I can win matches for this team. Look at what he did against Skukuna United. But you come back to an Orlando Pirates team that also played well against Mamelodi Sundowns. Yeah. I don't believe in this thing of, it's a game of two halves. No, Orlando Pirates played well in both halves. Yeah. If you properly watch the games and you put your feelings and emotions aside and you watched it like from a tactical standpoint and said, no, Orlando Pirates actually played well, right? So, given how they performed over the weekend, Orlando Pirates go to this match, for me, as favorites. And the reason I say this is simply because that they're motivated. They've seen where the mistakes are. And I can assure you, what's happening right now at practice is that they're trying to correct those mistakes. Yeah. The coach listened. Yes. I like the fact that he's a coach that can listen. You know, sometimes it's always annoying when a coach doesn't want to listen and he thinks he knows what he's doing. He's just proven to us that, look, I'm human, I can make mistakes too. We said to, a lot of supporters came and said, don't fix it if it's not broken, coach. Right. So the technical team then had to be involved, I'll assume, and said to him, look, do it this way. Introduce your favorite players. Yes. Don't just boom, introduce them. And look at how Sipumbule changed the game when he came on as a sub. Look at how Oswin Appollis played well when he came on as a sub. Which is why I keep saying to you, start Rele, Oswin as a sub. Then if Rele doesn't pick up, we then now know that, okay, Rele, come on as a sub and Oswin start. Right? Or they can just change it. You know, you can just keep rotating them. Orlando Pirates are favorites to win this match. I say this simply because they've made their homework. They've seen where they lack. They know where to improve, and they know what changes to implement, right? You ask me how they're going to win this match. Number one, by benching Tito. If they really want to win, it's not even a matter of ugungamfuni. It's a matter of watching the game without emotions. Yeah. Because the moment there's emotions attached to the game, we can't give our honest opinions about certain players. Tito is a favorite. Sure. He's just like Rele. He's a player that's loved all over the country. But we just have to be honest. I said last week when we had a conversation that count the number of times that Orlando Pirates won when he was on the pitch. Did you see what happened? The moment they substituted him, a goal came. Fact. He holds on to the ball unnecessarily. He's slow. He sometimes struggles to read the game, and he showboats even when it's unnecessary. Yeah. So he's costing the team. He holds on, and he holds on to the ball for too long, right? So bench Tito against Stellenbosch United, and you'll see what's going to happen. Because I believe Mbata, Nduli, and Mbuli can play that triangle for Orlando Pirates. I hear you. You know? So I think Orlando Pirates are favorites to win this one. The worst that could happen is a draw. But I think they're favorites to win this one. And they have every reason to win it. They've lost 2 out of 2. They don't want to make it 3 out of 3. Yeah. They went and played against Mamelodi Sundowns. They had a solid performance. They took the game to Mamelodi Sundowns, and they were able to come back with a draw against one of the strongest teams in the country, a team that gave them a headache last week. They haven't lost to Mamelodi Sundowns this season. So I think Orlando Pirates are favorites to win. And if anyone wants to ask me a score prediction, it's difficult to predict the score because Mahupa played well, but our strikers still have to come into the party in terms of scoring. So we depend on our midfield, or we depend on our defenders in the case of Mbogazi and them. But Orlando Pirates is definitely winning this one.
Let's move on to the team that many would say Bapeti economy is South Africa. The Glamour Boys. Amakos. Hey, Betway Premiership, 2 out of 2. Hey, they're rocking, my boy. All right? My thing is, we know that Kaizer Chiefs this season are playing football on the African continent. They're playing in the Confederations Cup. Given their good form, are we expecting them to do well on the African continent?
Okay, so the Betway Premiership and continental football are
Yes,
two
sir.
different things.
Completely.
Very different, right? We've seen it a couple of times where a team plays well in the Betway Premiership, they go out to the CAF Champions League or any competition in Africa, boom, they fall short to these African teams. Why? African teams are more competitive. They are stronger physically and they have endurance more than our local players, right? Also, tactically, they tend to get it right more than our local teams. Orlando Pirates proved it against Pyramids. Orlando Pirates lost that game tactically.
Yes.
They won it from the bench. Orlando Pirates lost it from the bench. Jose Rivero didn't make the right substitutions in that game. They made the right substitutions. They went and played against Mamelodi Sundowns. They made sure, let's go to Pretoria, get a draw. They come home, we slaughter these people. They did exactly that. I'm talking about Pyramids. So Kaizer Chiefs are not even playing well in the Betway Premiership, unfortunately. Yes, they've won 2 out of 2 matches, but this doesn't mean that they're playing well. If you go and look
I'm a
at...
clean sheet.
No, listen. If you go... Also... Who are they playing against? Ipulukwane City is not the strongest team this season. And if I was the owner, I'd be worried because I think they're going to be relegated this season. If there's a team that is going to be relegated, it's Polokwane City.
They're in danger.
They're in danger.
Yeah.
And now I know a lot of people are going to say that, yeah, since they lost Oswin Appollis, no. We saw how they played against Chiefs. We saw how they played against Orlando Pirates, that they didn't really invest in their squad. They didn't make the right signings during the transfer market. And also, they didn't take it upon themselves in their development to promote the right players.
Sure.
Because we see how they're playing, like they're struggling, right? So now Kaizer Chiefs won against Polokwane City and Sharp. They won against Stellenbosch. And the Stellies game, Vele was a good win because they played against a strong team. They won 1-0 against Polokwane City. You saw the goal. Anyone, bro, loose ball, even I can score. And I don't play professional. And I know a lot of people are going to come with that mentality of, oh, no, maybe you hate Chiefs. No, I don't.
Yeah.
A good playing Kaizer Chiefs is good for our South African football because it means more numbers, more sponsors, and it means growth.
People are
if
happy.
anything, I'd like for Kaizer Chiefs to get to a point where they dominate the league, because they're the biggest team in the country.
Fact.
But the Betway Premiership, or in simple terms, the PSL and continental football are not the same. When they go out in Africa, they're going to be shown a different side of play. They're going to see themselves that, we didn't make the right signings. I don't think the number of players that they've signed are enough to help them go any further in the Confed Cup.
Let's touch on the players that Kaizer Chiefs has so far, right, within that squad. I mean, McCarthy is doing very, very well. 2 matches, twice he's been man of the match. They're now taking on Richards Bay this afternoon. Are there any standout players that you can say, these are the players to watch when you look at this Kaizer Chiefs squad, especially looking at the fact that they have to compete in the league, they have to compete in cup competitions, and then the question mark this season is, of course, Africa. Do they have the squad to do well this season overall?
I don't think they have the squad to do well this season overall. This is how they started the season last season. Exactly what's happened. We've seen this movie before. It's nothing different. They started like this. They're going to play to a draw this evening against Richards Bay. They're going to play to a draw this evening against Richards Bay. I know everyone's looking at Richards Bay. No, they've lost 2 out of 2. They're in the relegation zone. We can't call it a relegation zone now because it's only 3 matches into the season. Richards Bay, any small team, when they play against Kaizer Chiefs, they make sure. Any small team, when they play against Pirates or Kaizer Chiefs, they made sure, right? And what I said last week is that where Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates get it wrong the most is that they focus mostly on Sundowns or playing against each other.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And they don't understand that winning the league, I mean, you could lose back-to-back to Mamelodi Sundowns and still win the league.
That's just 6 points. Doesn't matter.
You know? So I honestly don't see them playing well this evening against Richards Bay. Worst that could happen, maybe 1-0 win for Kaizer Chiefs because it's Richards Bay, but I see a draw. Richards Bay now, but they need to pull up their socks. They need to wake up and actually realize that, no, we're actually in the PSL, right? This is not the NFD. This is not just a league in J. This is one of the biggest leagues in Africa. We need to sign the right players. We need to play the right players. Coach Lebona, the young coach, needs to make sure that, okay, he pulls up his socks and make sure that the team comes into the occasion. But I see Kaizer Chiefs playing to a draw, and exciting players to watch. Aiden McCarthy. I think we see where the future is.
Exactly.
We see where the future is. I think he's the future captain for Kaizer Chiefs. He plays well in that defense, left center back, just like Mbogazi. He knows how to read the game. He knows how to distribute the ball. He knows how to tackle. He knows how to intercept. He knows how to make runs when necessary. He knows how to cover space, which is what some defenders lack. But he ticks all the boxes where central defenders are concerned. Although it's too early to judge his game, but I think he has potential, and he's one player that I'm excited to see tonight. I really do hope they give Mfundo Vilakazi an opportunity. I think the boy, I mean, he's been good. As much as he hasn't been getting much game time, but we know what he's capable of. He's a very confident young man, plays with a lot of flair, also knows how to take on players. He's the kind of player that when he holds on to the ball, he can intimidate the opposition. And sometimes you need someone like that. Someone like Rele Mofokeng that when he holds the ball, everyone gets excited. And that intimidates the opposition. He might lose the ball here and there, but it's normal of a player to lose the ball every now and then. Although growing up, there was a saying that rather lose the ball on the foot as opposed to when you're trying to make a pass. But I think they just need to give Mfundo Vilakazi an opportunity. I'd like to see Paseka Mako play. He came on when they were playing against Polokwane City as a sub, and he played well in that left fullback position. So I'd like to see Paseka Mako. Munyani, for me, he's been their outstanding signing. Because Aiden has been promoted from the DDC team. So of all their signings, Munyani has been one of the most exciting signings. He has features of a Jimita here and there, right? And I see a leader in him. So yeah, Kaizer Chiefs, they have good players that are exciting to watch. I'd also like to see I think Ngob was a very good player. I think he's a good player, but I just feel like there's been too much pressure put on the boy. And I feel that we haven't given him, like we've never allowed him to showcase what he's capable of. There's been too much criticism of the boy, but bro, like on a good day, let him play. Come on. He can lead that midfield. He can command that midfield. And I think he's going to play well with Ndlovu. So yeah, I mean, there's quite a few exciting players to watch.
There's potential.
There's a lot of potential. I see they've also announced the signing of a new striker, Igbaro. Unfortunately, I haven't seen him play. Would like to see what he does when he starts playing.
Most certainly. Big week lies ahead, of course. Orlando Pirates taking on Stellies on Wednesday in the Betway Premiership, and then tonight, Kaizer Chiefs are taking on Richards Bay. But the big talking point is that left wing at Orlando Pirates. Should we just give it to Oswin, or is Rele still the guy? The conversation continues right here on Omni Audio Africa. We would love for you to continue the conversation in the comment section. My boy, thank you so much for joining us. And let's watch some football tonight.
Let's watch some football.
Let's do it. Thank you, sir.
Danko.